new hip hop, exclusive DJ Lico, Young Keno, Mr. 300. Let him know.
Like he just does it all. You feel me, Young Keno? Go ahead, tell him where you from. Tell him your story, a little bit about you.
I mean, you know, I'm that dude off of the South Central streets, you know what I mean? Trying to make a way through this music, man, and bring some good music and something new for the West Coast. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you got this new album you working on.
Yeah, it's called The Classroom. We're going to let it out independent next year.
And it's called The Classroom. You feel me? I want you to tell them, because you told me already why it's called The Classroom. Like, what inspired you to call it The Classroom?
I mean, you know, this is this is coming into my fourth year in the game. And each year in the game, 09, 2010, 2011, I lost family members. I lost my pops during my first record with Wiz Khalifa. I lost my mom during my second record with Jim Jones, and I lost G-Mons this year, you know what I mean, after completing the record with G.
Man.
So, you know, it's called The Classroom because right now, like, I feel like it's a learning process for who I am and what direction I'm headed, you know. So at the same time that I'm, you know, speaking on my losses and, you know, basically trying to inspire people who have the same situation, how to stay motivated. As I'm talking about it, I'm also learning how to be it at the same time. So,
which is crazy, you feel me? And you was going to sign earlier, like 09.
Right off my first record.
Which is so crazy, but you know how life works because you waited. You needed a story. I think if you would have did it, 09.
You know what? It was like, you know, a lot of artists don't like to admit when they not ready, you know what I mean, and or when they ain't where they should be, you know. And it's like through my losses now I understand that back in 09 when the opportunity was there, it probably wouldn't have been the best situation for me because I didn't have a story yet, you know, of who defined who I am, you know what I mean.
Which is, you know, it's a blessing in a way. You feel me? Not losing people, it hurts. You know, it's part of life, and it's the worst part of life that we could go through at a time. But your story, that, you know, how you using it within your music and something you love and putting it in there as the ingredients and your fuel to do what you need to do to move on, because it's just you and your sister right now. You feel me?
Yeah, it's just me and my two sisters. So, you know, if I fall, ain't you know, if this don't work, it ain't calling up mom for your old childhood room or pops or G-Mons or nobody, you know what I mean? So I can't fall for nothing, and it just ain't gonna happen, you know what I mean?
I definitely know what you mean. So, in the classroom, like, I mean, what song would you tell me to listen to in the classroom? What would be the first song that means something? Definitely.
Probably the first song after the intro is called "What's Good." You know, the album starts off saying, like, you know, what we dreamed of, you know what I mean? What we dreamed of, you know, in the neighborhood, whether it was just, you know, trying to make $1 to be able to buy the next Jordans, you know what I mean? Just talk about what's good, like what we trying to get to, and through the project towards the end, it's like it's all good, you know what I mean? Because we got it, you know what I mean? Midway through the record, we got a record called "We Taking Off," and "We Taking Off" is just describing right now, you know what I mean? Where I'm at right now, you know, I'm taking off. Everybody know me locally and farther. Everybody know me for grinding, you know what I mean? Like, I've been the only indie artist out here who's had a single with Jeezy on the radio or Jim Jones, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, 3 months in, had the #1 independent record with Power being my main support, you know what I mean? So I've been grinding like my parents was leaving when I first came in, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because, you know, when I came in, my mom was already in the hospital bed, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was like preparation.
Definitely. You feel me? And, I mean, you always get a single, though, on the radio. Like, it's crazy. A lot of people, it's hard for artists. That's their main struggle, just getting a commercial hit, just getting a song to be in heavy rotation on a mainstream radio. You feel me? Like, how do you do it? Like, where does that come from? Like, what would you suggest to other artists if they want to get like that?
I mean, my ingredients first was not feeling like I'm the hottest thing moving. Like, you know, you gotta research and pay homage to cats who doing their thing and people who instructed their careers on where to go. So when I first came in, my first record, I just happened to have an opportunity to sit with Felly Fell and E-Man and ask them, yo, what's a hit record? And me not being prideful, but trying to learn the best routine, I got the recipe, and from there it was like, you know, most people struggle with their singles. I can do that like all day long. You know what I mean? Like
back
nothing.
to back.
But it now the challenge is telling my story in the bulk of my project. So that's where I'm really feeling impressed, because the things that I'm doing right now, I'm just like, dang, that's me. You know what I mean? Because I always knew what was easy for me. You know, so when it comes to that, you know, just a single, man, it's just about paying attention. You know, a lot of us don't pay attention. We think we got it. You know what I mean? So.
Okay.
So my love has always been for the juveniles, and so I've always known, you know, juveniles follow a star. So I felt like to carry out my duty, and what my purpose is here is to, you know, make myself be a star so I could really get to what I really want to do, which is, you know, attacking the youth. You know what I mean? You got to have a story for the people, for the youth to follow you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan got a story, Kobe got a story, whether it's just basketball, they following it because it's an example. You know what I mean? So that's the first and foremost thing. Like, I want to be in a position in front of the next generation, you know what I mean? And then, you know, obviously my next situation is just my family. Like, I got little ones, you know what I mean? And like I say, they may have support on they mother's side of the family, but for me, I got to carry the weight for everybody, moms, pops, everybody who's missing. So
that's about why you got this saying 300.
You know, it started off being just like my own little thing. Like when people get interviewed at any station, they always say, you know, what about this record or what about this album makes it that one? You know, and people are always like, well, you know, I was at 100%. You know, so I was like, well, dang. If I say I'm like 100%, I'm saying I was just like Nelly, I was just like Jay. So I'm gonna just say I'm 300. And you know, if it's controversial, then I mean it is what it is. You know, like you gotta feel yourself. You know that one person who taught me that from watching they MO is Jim Jones. A lot of people ain't fans of him. Either they love him or they hate him. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about Jim is like Jim's so confident and he feel himself so much that he make everybody else feel him. So my thing was like, I'm gonna make people feel me.
Yeah, that's real right there, man.
That's dope. You feel me? We're not gonna keep it 100. We're gonna keep it 300,
right?
And we're gonna always give 300% or 1,000%. Just go bigger than 100. Like stretch your limits.
Right.
There's no limit really, but stretch whatever you think it is.
I mean, that's really what the purpose of it was. Just just trying to maximize what people only shoot for. You know what I mean?
All right. So who's all featuring on this album, The Classroom? Any big features? Any major producers? Anybody want to shout out?
I'm actually working with Focus from Aftermath.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Focus,
That's big.
Focus just left Aftermath, and I researched that he just left and freed himself up. So I reached out to him the day I saw it on Vlad TV. I reached out to him and he touched back with me and was like, "Let's do it."
That's big. So you got Focus working with you on this album. Right. Producers, big producers.
Yeah, Focus, and right now I'm working with Focus and Buckwheat.
Focus and Buckwheat. Shout out to them because y'all gotta tell them where they can find this album at.
I mean, it's in the works right now. I mean,
okay, well, tell them where they can find you at.
The new single. You can find a new single, man. We just released. It's called Talk About It. You know what I mean? And that's on, that's on every site. Every DJ record pool.
You feel me? So y'all gotta get this. Look out for The Classroom. You feel me? Make sure you follow. Tell them your Twitter, your Facebook, where to follow you, everything.
Follow me on Twitter at I am Young Keno. Follow me on Facebook at I am Young Keno too. It's all the same thing.
Period. This is Young Keno, you feel me? He's hosted up with your girl, Maserati Mighty. You feel me?
So mean, ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm the shit, you better smell me, girl. Yeah, I talk about it, ho. Pop a couple bottles.